This is a story of a great love, tested by fate and time. From a young age, little Princess Elizabeth dreamed of a simple life surrounded by horses and nature, but unexpected twists of destiny changed her dreams, leading her into the corridors of power and grandeur. Amidst this whirlwind of events, fate brought her together with an unlikely suitor, a naval cadet named Prince Philip, whose life was marked by tragedy and change. Their first glance at one of the royal receptions marked the beginning of an incredible journey that would last 73 years. Despite all obstacles, from Philip's family's poor financial state to resistance from the royal court, the love between Elizabeth and Philip withstood the tests of time and circumstance. Their shared journey was marked by conflicts, political intrigue, and personal hardships, yet they preserved a deep bond that would unite them forever. Thus began their indomitable life together, filled with both triumphs and tragedies, and decisions that impacted the fate of millions. This story has it all: passionate letters from the front lines, tender family moments, and the weighty obligation of serving a nation. The marriage may not have been perfect, but it embodied strength, resilience, and a love that would not have existed without each other. Imagine them, shoulder to shoulder, Elizabeth and Philip, the Queen and her devoted consort. As a child, young Elizabeth never dreamed of the throne. The crown was intended for her uncle, and she was far down the line of succession, never expecting such a drastic shift in her life. But when Edward VIII unexpectedly abdicated the throne for an American woman with a dubious reputation, her father ascended to the throne, and Elizabeth, at just 10 years old, became heir to the throne. Queen Elizabeth displayed a strong character from a young age. Despite her parents' plans, the future ruler of Great Britain believed her future husband would be a landowner, ideally a farmer, as she adored horses and equestrian sports. Such a choice of husband seemed ideal to her, but she let go of that dream when she fell in love with a young naval cadet. This sailor's name was Philip. Despite his noble lineage, he was poor and not considered suitable by the British royal family. However, Elizabeth thought differently. They met at a family gathering. Elizabeth was only 13, and Philip was 18. The tall, slender blonde made an unforgettable impression on young Elizabeth from their first encounter. Philip, a Greek and Danish prince born in 1921 on the island of Corfu, came from a royal family that had lost its throne. His grandfather, King George I of Greece, had been assassinated in 1913. His uncle had been dethroned, and his father, devastated by the loss of the family's royal status, fled Greece, taking his family with him. In later years, Philip's family became scattered and impoverished. His father settled in Monte Carlo, where he enjoyed spending the family's remaining resources, while his mother moved to Paris and soon lost her sanity due to the hardships she had endured. Philip was left almost forgotten by his father, and eventually found his way to England, where he was taken in by relatives. Naturally, such a suitor was far from desirable for Elizabeth's parents. Her closest family members made clear their reluctance toward a marriage between Philip and Elizabeth, but she remained determined. Future consort Elizabeth was not going to back down. Philip finished his studies in 1940 with the rank of midshipman and joined the British Navy. He renounced his titles to serve as Prince Mountbatten in the British military, and from the front lines he wrote tender, passionate letters to his beloved Elizabeth. After the war, Philip immediately returned to Elizabeth. By then, other suitors had either married or moved on. Elizabeth was said to have proposed to Philip herself, just as her great-grandmother Queen Victoria had once done. Despite her parents' concerns, Elizabeth's determination was unbreakable, and finally, in 1947, the wedding was planned for November. The grand ceremony was held at Westminster Abbey, attended by the entire British court. The bride was presented by her father, dressed in a satin gown adorned with thousands of pearls and crystal beads. The extravagant attire, with its long train, had always been the hallmark of royal weddings, and this one was no different. After their wedding, Elizabeth and Philip led a vibrant social life, attending horse races and various events, even appearing at dance halls where not only high society gathered. Rumors began to circulate about Philip's independent spirit and frustration with the constant scrutiny he faced. A secretary, assigned to accompany Philip, was there to protect both his and the Queen's reputation. Over time, Elizabeth's strength of character became more evident. As she prepared to become not only the queen of her country but also the head of her family, Philip often found himself yearning for some freedom. Although there were rumors of his infatuation with the singer Pat Kirkwood, he remained loyal to Elizabeth, as they now had children to care for. Their firstborn, Charles, followed them soon after to Malta, where Philip was stationed, allowing Elizabeth to briefly live as a devoted wife and mother. Their peaceful and harmonious life came to an abrupt halt when King George VI died and Elizabeth ascended to the throne. Philip was the first to kneel before her and pledge his allegiance to his queen. Yet her new role sparked family tensions, particularly over the royal family name. At the advice of Prime Minister Winston Churchill, she decided to keep the name Windsor, but later made the concession that Charles and Anne would retain it, while other descendants would bear the name Mountbatten-Windsor, acknowledging Philip's lineage. With time, Philip dedicated himself to charitable causes, focusing on youth and education, remaining a step behind his wife in public life, but firmly at her side within the family. For example, he took the lead in their children's education and daily matters, with Elizabeth placing great trust in his guidance. The story of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip is one of love, sacrifice, and shared commitment. Their union faced immense tests, but it became a shining example of resilience and dedication. Even after Philip's passing in 2021, Elizabeth carried his memory with her. They will forever remain part of not only the legacy of the British monarchy, but also a symbol of enduring love, reminding us all that even the most regal among us cherish simple human happiness. Without a doubt, Princess Anne would have made a formidable monarch. Her dedication to duty over self has garnered her many fans, as her down-to-earth behavior makes her one of the most relatable members of the royal family. However, recent shifts in her priorities favoring her family have left King Charles less than pleased. What prompted this change and how has it affected their relationship? Join us as we explore Princess Anne's life and the factors that led her to this significant decision. We will also examine how she conveyed a powerful message to King Charles that took everyone by surprise. Many assume that a princess's life resembles a fairy tale, but Princess Anne's upbringing has been marked by sadness from a young age. Born on August 15, 1950, at Clarence House, she is the only child and daughter of Princess Elizabeth and Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Despite being born into wealth and tradition, her childhood was defined by distance, duty, and expectations that proved challenging. Anne's life changed dramatically when her mother ascended to the throne as Queen Elizabeth II in 1952, when Anne was just 18 months old. Suddenly, her mother was no longer just a parent, but the Queen of the United Kingdom. As a result, Anne and her brother Charles were placed under the care of governesses and nannies. Catherine Peebles took on the responsibility of looking after Anne and her siblings. Anne's early education occurred within the walls of Buckingham Palace, where she learned about the world from her teachers. While this was customary for royal children, it lacked the personal connection that many children experience with their parents. Public perception often portrayed Queen Elizabeth as a distant mother due to her royal duties, but Anne defended her in a 2002 interview, stating there was no evidence she lacked care. This upbringing mirrored Queen Elizabeth's own childhood, characterized by emotional distance as her parents prioritized royal responsibilities. Consequently, Anne was also raised by governesses and tutors. At 13 in 1963, Anne was sent to Benenden School, a prestigious boarding school in Kent, where she left the comfort of home to join her peers. Although this separation was common for royal children, it was a challenging transition for her. Despite these challenges, Anne excelled academically, achieving 6 GCSEs and 2 A-levels by her graduation in 1968, a remarkable feat given the pressure of royal expectations. However, her passion for horses soon became the focal point of her life. This love would ultimately distinguish her and allow her to achieve significant success in professional sports. One of the most intriguing aspects of Princess Anne's life is her career as an equestrian. In the early 1970s, she became known as a skilled and dedicated rider, competing at the highest levels of horse racing worldwide. A major milestone came in 1971 when she won the individual title at the European Eventing Championships, becoming the first member of the British royal family to secure a European title in any event. Her dedication to horseback riding continued, and in 1976 she represented Great Britain in eventing at the Olympics in Montreal. Despite facing numerous challenges during the event, she persevered, finding solace in equestrian activities as a means of escaping the strictures of royal life. This passion helped her thrive in a domain where being a princess did not guarantee success. However, royal duties still loomed over her life. At 18, she began attending royal events, grappling with the pressures of fame. The royal walkabouts of the 1970s, intended to make the royal family more accessible to the public, were particularly taxing for her. In candid discussions, Anne admitted her dislike for these engagements, emphasizing the burdens of her royal responsibilities. Though she found personal satisfaction in her equestrian accomplishments, the realities of growing up as a princess were not lost on her. Anne frequently voiced her frustrations about the demands placed upon her, famously stating that she never asked to be born a princess. Anne occupies a unique position within the royal family as Queen Elizabeth II's second child. While her brother Charles prepared for kingship, Anne carved her own path through her success in horseback riding, consistently adhering to a strong moral compass. As you will see later, she learned early in life the significance of sacrifice, a value she continues to uphold, even with Charles now reigning as king. Princess Anne's personal life often deviated from the glamorous image typically associated with royalty. Her first husband, Captain Mark Phillips of the Queen's Dragoon Guards, was introduced to her during a horse lovers' meeting in 1968. Their shared passion for horses provided a solid foundation for their relationship. They announced their engagement in May 1973 and celebrated a grand wedding at Westminster Abbey, witnessed by over 100 million people worldwide. Despite the fairy tale beginnings, their marriage was fraught with drama and rumors of infidelity. Gossip magazines speculated about both Anne and Mark having extramarital affairs. Mark was linked to several women, including an Indian call girl and a British TV host, while Anne faced claims of dalliances with actor Anthony Andrews and her bodyguard. The most significant rumors, however, revolved around Commander Timothy Lawrence, who was then serving as the Queen's equerry. By 1989, their marriage was unraveling, culminating in a public announcement of their separation. The final straw came when it was revealed that Phillips had fathered a child with art teacher Heather Tonin from New Zealand during a one-night stand. A DNA test confirmed his paternity, amplifying the public scandal that had plagued their union. By 1992, it was evident that their marriage was irreparable, marred by both public and private controversies. In stark contrast, Anne's second marriage was much quieter. In December 1992, she wed Commander Timothy Lawrence in an intimate ceremony in Kirk, near Balmoral. This time, only 30 guests attended, and Anne wore a simple white jacket and knee-length dress, a departure from the extravagant gown of her first wedding. Timothy did not receive any peerages, and the couple has since enjoyed a low-key life, finding solace away from the media spotlight. Despite the tumultuous past, Anne has discovered a peaceful and enduring partnership with Timothy. If we were to recount all the hardships Princess Anne has faced, it would be hard to believe how resilient this remarkable royal has been. On March 20, 1974, while returning to Buckingham Palace from a charity event with her then-husband Mark Phillips, she endured one of the most frightening experiences of her life. As their car traveled through the mall, a Ford Escort blocked their path, leading to a dramatic kidnapping attempt. Ian Ball, the driver of the Escort, jumped out with a gun, opening fire and injuring her security officer, James Beaton, and her chauffeur, Alex Callender. A nearby reporter, Brian McConnell, attempted to intervene but was also shot. Ian's plan was to kidnap Princess Anne and demand ransom money to benefit the National Health Service. However, Anne refused to comply, famously declaring, "Not bloody likely." The situation could have turned deadly had it not been for Ron Russell, a passerby and former boxer, who intervened at a crucial moment. His swift action distracted Ian, allowing Anne to escape unharmed. Police apprehended Ian shortly after, leading to a national outcry for improved security measures for the royal family. The incident not only heightened security protocols but also solidified Anne's reputation as a strong and courageous woman. The kidnapping attempt was not the only challenge Princess Anne faced. Just 2 years later, in 1976, she was preparing to represent Great Britain in the equestrian team at the Olympics in Montreal, when a serious accident during training left her injured. Her horse fell and rolled over her, causing significant injuries. Most would have abandoned their Olympic aspirations after such an event, but not Anne. Despite the trauma and a brief hospitalization, she made a remarkable recovery. Within weeks, she was back on her horse, determined to make the Olympic team, which she did. Though she did not win gold, her resilience and determination shone through. In 2002, Princess Anne again made headlines, this time involving her dog, Dodie. While walking her 3 bull terriers, Dodie chased after 2 boys on bikes, knocking them over. Anne faced charges of failing to control her dog, but unlike many royals, she confronted the situation head-on. She accepted responsibility and paid the fines, ensuring her dog received proper training. As a result, Anne remains the only member of the British royal family ever convicted of a crime. Throughout this ordeal, her brother King Charles provided gentle support, admiring her ability to face challenges directly. Beyond her public duties, Princess Anne faced significant personal challenges, particularly with the passing of her parents. Her father, Prince Philip, died in 2021 at the age of 99, followed by her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, who passed in September 2022 at the age of 96. The royal family was devastated by the loss of both parents in such quick succession. However, Princess Anne, known for her strength and resilience, became a vital source of support for King Charles as he ascended to the throne. In the days following their mother's death, she played a crucial role in managing family affairs and welcomed Prince Harry to Balmoral to mourn his grandmother. Her ability to remain composed during this difficult time earned her respect from both the public and her family. Princess Anne and King Charles share a deep and enduring bond, shaped by their shared upbringing in the public eye. Growing up together at Buckingham Palace, they navigated both the joys and responsibilities of royal life. Their sibling relationship, built on years of shared experiences, has withstood the test of time, and it has only strengthened since Charles became king. With just 21 months separating their ages, they spent much of their childhood together while their parents carried out royal duties, often leaving them in the care of nannies and governesses. Despite Anne's independent spirit and occasional challenges to her brother's royal aspirations, she has always been confident and assertive. Close family friends recall her taking charge during childhood playdates, often eliciting laughter from other kids. Their shared love for horses and outdoor activities further strengthened their bond. They enjoyed riding together and attending polo events, with Anne often excelling in sports, sometimes surpassing Charles's abilities. Although Charles is more sensitive and introspective, he has always admired Anne's strength and determination. Both siblings have felt a strong sense of responsibility towards their family and the monarchy. Even during their childhood rivalry, their closeness was evident during significant royal events. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, Anne remained a steady presence for Charles as he prepared to take on the responsibilities of kingship. Their bond was clearly showcased as they led their mother's funeral procession together, emphasizing their lifelong connection. At Charles's coronation, Anne was bestowed the distinguished title of Gold Stick in Waiting, a role that underscores her commitment to his safety and well-being. This honor illustrates the trust and respect Charles has for his sister, who not only played a ceremonial role but also took on practical responsibilities during the event. In recent years, their sibling dynamic has evolved, with Charles increasingly relying on Anne as one of his closest confidants. She has been instrumental in helping him navigate his new role, often taking on tasks that alleviate some of the pressures of kingship. Following Charles's cancer diagnosis in February 2024, Anne stepped up to fill in for him as needed while managing her own royal duties. Throughout this time, her unwavering love and support for her brother remained evident. Their relationship is not solely defined by duty, it also includes moments of humor and affection. During the coronation celebrations, Anne playfully referred to Charles as Old Bean, showcasing the light-hearted banter that has always been part of their relationship. These moments highlight that despite their royal responsibilities, they remain connected as siblings, sharing years of experiences and mutual respect. Throughout their lives, both Anne and Charles have faced significant challenges, but have consistently found strength in their bond. Whether it was Anne supporting her brother through the loss of their parents or Charles being there for her during her difficult separation from Mark Phillips, they have always stood by each other. However, Anne's concern for Charles's health became apparent as she observed the toll his duties as king were taking on him. After his cancer diagnosis, she left him a heartfelt message expressing her worries, which marked a poignant moment in their relationship. Before discussing Princess Anne's poignant message to King Charles, it's essential to examine her relationship with Queen Camilla. Known for her strong work ethic and sense of duty, Anne's relationship with Camilla has not always been smooth. Despite being part of the same royal family for decades, they have never developed a close friendship. Anne prioritizes duty and often disapproves of Camilla's approach to royal responsibilities. A notable point of contention arose when Camilla took a vacation to recharge after assisting Charles with his cancer treatment, while Anne continued to shoulder her responsibilities. Despite maintaining a diplomatic front in public, Anne's disapproval of Camilla's approach to her royal duties has been apparent to those close to the royal family. Anne's comments at family meetings hinted at her belief that Camilla could be doing more. Her concerns regarding Camilla's suitability for her role as queen have intensified, especially given the pressures on the monarchy. In a surprising turn of events, Princess Anne expressed her desire to withdraw from any plans regarding an inheritance from King Charles. This decision, grounded in her sense of duty and loyalty to the throne, left many, including Queen Camilla, astonished. Anne's choice to forgo her share of the estate was not only selfless but also practical, as it alleviated potential financial burdens for Charles, who would have faced a hefty inheritance tax if the estate were divided among siblings. By stepping back, Anne demonstrated her commitment to the monarchy's future and the smooth functioning of royal affairs. As Queen Elizabeth II's only daughter, Anne understood the implications of her decision, knowing that the sovereign grant would continue to support her royal duties. She was prepared to manage her personal finances independently, unlike her brothers, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. By renouncing her inheritance, Anne reaffirmed her unwavering dedication to the crown and her family, consistently prioritizing their needs above her own. Anne's quiet determination to embrace her responsibilities stands in contrast to her siblings, further enhancing her image as a steady and selfless member of the royal family. The differences between Anne and Camilla became even more pronounced in the wake of her decision. Camilla's surprise at Anne's choice reflected a disconnect in understanding the weight of such selflessness, often perceived as a stark reminder of the contrasting public perceptions of the two women. Anne's thoughtful explanation of her decision, centered on the welfare of the kingdom, showcased her deep commitment to both her brother and the royal family. This moment not only reinforced the bond between Anne and Charles, but also raised questions about Camilla's dedication and suitability for her role as queen. Charles was visibly moved by Anne's sacrifice, and some observers speculated that his emotional response stemmed not only from gratitude for her loyalty, but also from concerns about the depth of commitment from Camilla. Regardless of the challenges King Charles faces, Princess Anne has consistently been a pillar of strength for him, offering support in ways that Camilla has struggled to match. Anne's decision to forgo her inheritance exemplified her devotion to her brother and the monarchy. While she did not inherit directly from her mother, the estate, valued at approximately $850 million, was bequeathed to Charles, ensuring the crown's financial stability. Anne's selfless actions highlighted her sense of responsibility and deep-seated commitment to the royal family's legacy. By choosing to forgo personal gain, she demonstrated her unwavering loyalty and dedication to both her brother and the institution, reinforcing her status as a steadfast and devoted member of the monarchy. From her earliest days, Princess Anne has shared a close bond with her elder brother, King Charles. They have a unique sibling connection, one that only those bound by both family and duty can truly understand. Often prioritizing her brother's needs and those of others above her own, Anne's bravery and kindness are renowned. However, a recent, deeply personal message she shared with King Charles has taken everyone by surprise, hinting at the possibility of a hidden family dynamic or an untold tragedy between them. In this video, we'll delve into the layers of Princess Anne's life, beyond the public eye, uncovering her sacrifices and her dedication to her family and duty traits that she's displayed since her earliest years. Princess Anne's beginnings, childhood, and early challenges. Many assume that being a princess means a life of fairy tales and ease, but Anne's life has been anything but simple. Born on August 15, 1950, at Clarence House as the second child of Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip, Anne's childhood was influenced by the public responsibilities of her parents. Just a year and a half after Anne's birth, her mother became Queen Elizabeth II, changing the family's dynamic forever. The young Anne, like her brother Charles, grew up primarily under the care of nannies and governesses, with royal tutors providing lessons within Buckingham Palace. Queen Elizabeth's intense royal duties often meant a distant presence in Anne's life, yet Anne has publicly defended her mother's dedication, stating in a 2002 interview that the Queen was a caring mother, despite her responsibilities. Much like her mother's upbringing, Anne's early years revolved around tradition, duty, and the ever-watchful public eye. In 1963, at the age of 13, Anne was sent to Benenden School in Kent. This well-regarded boarding school marked a turning point, helping her develop a sense of independence. Despite her privileged background, Anne proved to be a diligent student, earning 6.0 levels and 2.0 levels, achievements that underscored her academic ability and work ethic, even while balancing her royal duties. Anne's passion for equestrian sports. Among the many facets of Anne's life, her passion for horses stands out. From a young age, Anne demonstrated a unique talent for equestrian sports, which would later define her personal and professional achievements. By the early 1970s, Anne had made a name for herself on the international stage as a competitive equestrian. In 1971, she became the first member of the British royal family to win a European Championship title in equestrian sports, a milestone for both Anne and the royal family. Her equestrian journey didn't stop there. Representing Great Britain, Anne competed in the 1976 Montreal Olympics, braving various challenges along the way. In addition to Olympic competition, she actively participated in British events, such as the Grand Military Steeplechase and various horse races, winning several notable accolades throughout her equestrian career. Her determination and resilience made her a formidable figure, proving that her title as princess didn't automatically guarantee success in her sporting endeavors. Anne's equestrian career not only brought her personal satisfaction, but also offered her a break from the rigid expectations of royal life. In 1986, she took on the role of president of the Fédération Équestre Internationale, representing her deep connection to the sport on a global stage. The Princess Royal's role in royal service and public duties. While Anne's equestrian career shined, her royal responsibilities were equally demanding. From the age of 18, Anne began carrying out official royal duties, taking on a public-facing role that often required a delicate balance of diplomacy and duty. In the 1970s, she participated in Walkabout's newly introduced public appearances intended to bring the royal family closer to the public. However, Anne has been candid about her challenges with these events, admitting that she found them difficult, especially during her teenage years. Anne's royal duties would become a lifelong commitment. Notably, she represented the Queen in numerous overseas events, including the Commonwealth conferences and state ceremonies. Her dedication was evident in her consistent presence at events such as Trooping the Colour and the Remembrance Day service, occasions meant to unite the nation and honor its heritage. Her sense of duty extended beyond British soil. Serving as an ambassador for the UK, Anne has undertaken countless overseas tours, often meeting with local business leaders, political figures, and community organizations, strengthening the UK's ties worldwide. One notable moment was her historic 1990 visit to the Soviet Union, where she represented the royal family in an unprecedented diplomatic engagement. Anne's commitment to public service is widely respected as she continues to serve various leadership roles, from sports organizations to educational and cultural institutions. As one of the longest-serving royals, she has earned a reputation as a reliable and hardworking figure within the monarchy. Anne's charitable and philanthropic contributions. Princess Anne's involvement with over 200 charities and organizations highlights her profound commitment to social causes. In 1970, she became president of Save the Children, a role she would hold until 2017, and continues to support as a patron. Through her work with this organization, Anne has visited numerous countries, including Bangladesh, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Mozambique, Ethiopia, and Bosnia, witnessing firsthand the impact of the charity's work. Anne's efforts have not gone unnoticed. In 1990, she was even nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Kenneth Kaunda, the then president of Zambia, acknowledging her humanitarian contributions. In 1991, she founded the Princess Royal Trust for Carers, which supports unpaid caregivers in the UK, underscoring her dedication to making a difference in people's lives. As Commandant-in-Chief of St. John Ambulance Cadets, Anne's role has helped her guide and support young people involved in the organization, a commitment she fulfills through annual engagements. Additionally, she supports causes focused on health and safety, such as the Wet Wheels Foundation and the National Lighthouse Museum, showcasing her dedication to promoting a better society. Her hands-on approach to charity work reflects her broader commitment to duty. Unlike many public figures, Anne has been known to visit charity events and projects without a large entourage or media coverage, preferring instead to work diligently behind the scenes. Anne's personal life and romantic relationships. In her personal life, Anne has faced her share of challenges. Her first marriage to Mark Phillips, a fellow equestrian, was widely celebrated when they wed in 1973 at Westminster Abbey. However, their union was fraught with difficulty, with rumors of infidelity and tension eventually leading to their separation in 1989. Phillips' extramarital affair and paternity scandal with a New Zealand teacher marked the final blow to their marriage, and they divorced in 1992. Later that year, Anne married Commander Timothy Lawrence in a private ceremony at Crathy Kirk, near Balmoral. Unlike her first marriage, this union was quiet and understated, reflecting Anne's preference for a life away from the public eye. Her second marriage has proven to be a source of stability, a quiet but enduring partnership in the often tumultuous world of royalty. The attempted kidnapping and public trials. Anne's life has not been without moments of danger. One of the most harrowing events occurred in 1974, when Ian Ball attempted to kidnap her. Ball blocked her car and fired shots at those trying to protect her, including her bodyguard chauffeur and a journalist who attempted to intervene. Anne famously resisted, refusing to be taken, and in a twist of fate, a passerby intervened, helping to thwart the kidnapping attempt. This frightening incident led to significant changes in royal security, as well as admiration from the public for her courage under pressure. Years later, Anne became the first royal to face a criminal conviction, following an incident involving her dog attacking two boys on bicycles. Unlike some who might have avoided legal consequences, Anne took responsibility, accepting fines and arranging training for her dog. Her brother Charles was supportive, further solidifying their close bond. Her relationship with King Charles. Princess Anne and King Charles have maintained a close sibling relationship, bound by their shared experiences in the unique world of royalty. Their mutual support became especially visible following the passing of their parents, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, in quick succession. Anne's presence alongside Charles during this time illustrated the strength of their bond, with Anne often offering a steady presence. Charles and Anne's relationship has grown even closer since Charles ascended the throne. With Charles facing increased responsibilities, Anne has quietly stepped in to alleviate his workload, demonstrating her steadfast loyalty. This dedication became particularly clear when Charles announced a health concern in 2024, with Anne stepping up to take on even more engagements, supporting her brother both publicly and privately. Princess Anne's legacy and future role. Princess Anne's unwavering dedication to duty, her commitment to charitable causes, and her strong relationship with King Charles make her a cornerstone of the royal family. From her early years to her current role, Anne's life is a testament to resilience and loyalty. Her choice to forgo inheritance in favor of supporting the monarchy underscores her selflessness and her belief in the institution. As a deeply respected member of the royal family, Anne's influence will undoubtedly shape the future of the monarchy. Her unique blend of independence, duty, and humility has earned her admiration, both from the public and within her own family. Her legacy will serve as an enduring reminder of the values that have defined her life: loyalty, service, and resilience. It was an unforgettable night on Jimmy Kimmel Live. when Meghan Markle and Jennifer Aniston clashed in a showdown that few anticipated. Viewers who tuned in expecting a light-hearted chat with the Friends star found themselves witnessing a dramatic confrontation as Aniston dropped a bombshell that reignited simmering rumors. Markle, however, was not one to back down. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any updates on the latest celebrity news. The tension started brewing early in the show. Kimmel, known for his playful and sometimes provocative style, brought up Meghan Markle, hinting at some rumors that had been circulating on social media. With her usual charm and wit, Aniston responded with a smirk. "Oh, you mean Duchess Difficult? Yeah, I've heard those rumors." The audience roared with laughter, thinking it was just another harmless jab. But Jennifer wasn't finished. In a subtle but sharp dig, she added, honestly, she could use a little style upgrade. That off-the-shoulder blazer look. Come on, it's 2024, not 2014. The shade was light, but the message was clear. Meghan has long been under scrutiny for her so-called difficult persona, and the Duchess Difficult label has been a hard one to shake. Now, Jennifer's comment about Meghan's supposedly outdated wardrobe was bound to stir things up. Rumors have suggested that Meghan has been encouraging narratives that paint Jennifer as outdated and losing her touch as a fashion icon. Allegedly, the Duchess hinted that Jennifer's reign as a style icon was over, advising her to stick to what she knows best, reruns of Friends. Back on Kimmel's stage, the atmosphere shifted when Meghan herself joined the conversation via video call. "I'm sorry, did you just say something about my wardrobe?" Meghan quipped, a trace of tension in her voice. Always composed, Aniston leaned back and chuckled. "Well, someone's touchy. Look, Meghan, we've all had a bad fashion moment or two. Skinny jeans, oversized sweaters, we've been there. But Duchess, you seem to live in the past. Ever heard of color?" The air in the studio grew even thicker, and Kimmel, now visibly nervous, darted his gaze back and forth. But Meghan wasn't backing down. "At least I don't need a $4,000 water filter for my dogs, Jennifer," she snapped. "Maybe if you spent less time worrying about doggy facials and more time focusing on what's real, you'd know what's truly important." This was a direct reference to one of the more bizarre rumors about Aniston's lavish lifestyle. Then came the moment that had everyone talking. Visibly upset, Meghan's voice grew louder and studio security had to step in to ease the tension. "It's all in good fun, ladies," Kimmel interjected, but even he appeared a bit flustered. "I think we can all agree fashion is subjective." But Meghan wasn't ready to let it slide. "I'm tired of people throwing shade without knowing the truth. Jennifer, you might want to think twice before coming for me." The internet exploded that night, with fans divided between Team Meghan and Team Jennifer. Memes of Aniston's sarcastic smirk and Markle's fierce responses spread like wildfire across social media. While some applauded Meghan for standing her ground, others sided with Jennifer, relishing her quick-witted takedowns. As one fan put it, "Who knew the real showdown of the year would be between a duchess and a sitcom queen?" As the dust settled, it became clear that the heated exchange between Meghan's impassioned defense and Jennifer's cutting remarks had set the stage for what could be the most unexpected celebrity feud of the decade. And while the incident ended with security stepping in, one thing is certain, everyone will be watching closely for round two. It was a night filled with laughter, surprises, and a dose of Jennifer Aniston's signature wit on Jimmy Kimmel Live. The beloved Friends actress, now 55, joined Jimmy Kimmel for a humorous session aimed at clearing up some of the most bizarre rumors about her. What started as a simple discussion soon escalated into a roast session that took a hilarious and unexpected turn, with Aniston even playfully targeting Meghan Markle. Before we dive into the juicy details, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest celebrity news. The night kicked off with Kimmel pulling out a tabloid magazine cover that humorously featured Aniston's face alongside former President Barack Obama. The bold headline read, "The Truth About Jen and Barack," which immediately had the audience laughing. Aniston, with her characteristic charm, laughed along and took it all in stride. "I was not mad at that," she quipped, her eyes sparkling. "Of all the cheesy tabloid stories my publicist warns me about, this one wasn't bad. I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with Barack?" As the conversation continued, it became apparent that Aniston wasn't there to simply laugh off the ridiculous story. She was ready to set the record straight on some of the strangest rumors circulating about her. From the alleged installation of a $4,000 anti-aging water filter for her dogs to whispers about her being a black belt in jiu-jitsu, Aniston took each claim in stride, dismissing them with her trademark humor and confidence. Then, the night took an unexpected twist: the Meghan Markle roast. Recently, Meghan Markle had made headlines after being spotted in glamorous photos from a ski trip with friends. The images, which captured Markle laughing and posing amidst snowy mountains, sparked plenty of social media buzz. Aniston, always in tune with pop culture, couldn't resist adding her perspective on the viral photos. "So I saw Meghan Markle's latest photos on the slopes," Aniston began, leaning closer to Kimmel, her voice dripping with a playful tone. "Skiing with her best of friends, smiling like she's in some holiday commercial." She paused, drawing the audience in, then added with a smirk, "And let me tell you, I've hit the like button just like everyone else. But seriously, Jimmy, how much of this is actually real?" Kimmel, sensing the comedic gold in the moment, shot back with a mischievous grin. "I don't know, Jen. How much of anything these days is real?" Aniston chuckled, then delivered the punchline. "Exactly. It's like watching one of those Keeping Up with the Kardashians episodes, where you start wondering how much of it is scripted. I mean, who goes on a ski trip, posts perfect photos, and then writes captions about their belly laughs and family love? Is she starring in a Hallmark movie or living in real life?" The audience burst into laughter, fully entertained as Aniston continued her playful monologue. "I've been on ski trips, and let me tell you, no one is laughing while they're face planting in the snow. If anything, they're swearing under their breath, arguing with friends about who gets the last hot chocolate." The crowd roared while Kimmel struggled to contain his laughter, clearly amused by her unfiltered take. But Aniston wasn't quite finished. With a cheeky grin, she added, "And the best part? I actually liked her post. I mean, if you're going to live the fantasy, I'm all for it, just don't expect me to believe it." Her delivery was spot on, a perfect mix of humor and honesty that echoed what many people were likely already thinking but wouldn't dare say out loud. Kimmel, still laughing, leaned in and added, "Jen, you're going to need a Ziploc bag for Meghan's reputation after that." Aniston winked at the camera, retorting, "I've got plenty of space in mine." In that moment, Jennifer Aniston reminded everyone why she's still one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses. She can laugh at herself, poke fun at the wild rumors that surround her, and serve up a hilarious roast when the opportunity arises. Her playful jab at Meghan Markle was all in good humor, but showcased her skill for delivering relatable and down-to-earth observations, even when touching on the royal drama that has captivated so many. As for Meghan Markle, if she happened to catch wind of this cheeky segment, she might just consider extending her ski trip a bit longer. Prince Harry is once again trying to reclaim favor with King Charles, making headlines with new efforts to mend their fractured bond. However, there's a saying: you can't repeatedly wound someone's trust and expect to be welcomed back with open arms simply because you mention climate change in a speech. His recent moves, filled with subtle gestures, have left many wondering about his true intentions. For those following this saga, it's impossible to overlook how Harry's choices have led to his current situation. Reflecting on past actions, it seems that Harry may now recognize his greatest error, trading the deep-rooted connection with his family for the Hollywood glamour and allure offered by his marriage to a famous actress. Curiously, during his latest rounds of public outreach, Meghan is nowhere to be seen. She remains, it seems, tightly gripped to her Duchess title, all the while suggesting she never sought any affiliation with the royal family, a stance that has only served to frustrate many. While Prince Harry currently champions causes like climate change and conservation in Africa, the weight of his words is overshadowed by past contradictions. Critics point out that, despite his environmental messages, Harry and Meghan are frequently spotted jet-setting on private planes. His newfound dedication to conservation is, for many, hard to reconcile with the choices he's made, both publicly and privately. The recent statements of royal commentator Grant Harold, who has connections within King Charles's circle, underscore what many have believed for years. To many, Harry's actions seem transparent, a clear attempt to curry favor after years of public disputes, interviews, and Netflix specials where family secrets were laid bare. Harold's words hint at a deeper issue: the disconnect between Harry's public appeals and his actions. People are left asking, how can he think that a few well-placed words on climate issues could undo years of deeply personal critiques against his own family? It's also notable how Harry frequently invokes the memory of Princess Diana, his late mother, in ways that some view as opportunistic. Diana's legacy remains one of genuine compassion and independence, and it's painful to imagine her reaction to the rift that has torn her sons apart. Many believe she would be heartbroken to see Harry's path, seemingly guided by an influence that has distanced him from the family she held so dear. In parallel to Harry's public relations maneuvers, Meghan's choices offer their own share of complexity. Her apparent distance from royal responsibilities contrasts sharply with her insistence on retaining her title of Duchess. The general sentiment is that she wants the best of both worlds: royal prestige without the royal obligations. This ambivalence only feeds the skepticism surrounding their motives, especially in light of Harry's strained relationship with his family. Since leaving the UK, Harry and Meghan's Hollywood aspirations seem to have hit a series of roadblocks. Deals with companies like Netflix and Spotify, once heralded as groundbreaking partnerships, have reportedly underperformed. With the dream of Hollywood stardom fading, Harry appears to be turning back to the values his father has long championed, like environmentalism. However, his sudden pivot to Charles's causes has only made critics question the timing. Is this newfound environmental advocacy a genuine shift, or is it another attempt to regain favor after a string of media disappointments? It's also essential to consider King Charles's own response or lack thereof. The silence from Buckingham Palace has been resounding, signaling that Charles and Prince William remain wary of Harry's intentions. Their reluctance isn't unfounded, as it's challenging to place trust in someone who has continually aired family grievances to the world. From televised interviews to tell-all memoirs, Harry's actions have created a mountain of doubt that a single speech on climate change can't easily scale. In contrast to Harry and Meghan, Prince William and Catherine have taken a more grounded approach to royal duties. Rather than offering up royal secrets or courting media controversy, they focus on their charitable work and raising their children with a deep respect for the family legacy. This quiet dedication stands in stark contrast to Harry's publicized grievances and has only further endeared them to the public. Their actions emphasize a sense of duty that, in the eyes of many, embodies true royal service. It's fair to say that Harry's past actions have cast a long shadow. His attempts to reconcile often seem to coincide with periods when Meghan is noticeably absent. Observers speculate that, in these moments, the real Harry emerges a man who misses his family, regrets the choices that led to his estrangement, and wishes to make amends. But the damage done cannot be undone overnight. Years of betrayal and public airing of grievances have left deep scars, and a few climate-focused speeches will not repair the broken trust. People are also struck by how Harry's attempts at reconciliation seem to emerge during his moments away from Meghan. When he's on his own, there's a glimmer of the old Harry, a man who, perhaps, longs for the simpler days before the fame, before the spotlight, and before the family discord that now defines so much of his life. But the sad truth is that for Harry, time is running out. The royal family has moved forward, continuing its duties with renewed vigor, and the public's perception of him has soured after repeated controversies. Every small gesture, every olive branch extended from afar, is weighed against a history of hurt and betrayal, and in the end, as many have observed, reconciliation is more than just public gestures. It's about rebuilding trust privately, consistently, and without ulterior motives. What people find remarkable is the seeming divide between Harry's quest for reconciliation and Meghan's continual focus on the media. While Harry tries to reconnect with his father, Meghan is reportedly planning their next big media project. Every struggle, every reconciliation attempt, it seems, must be packaged and sold to the highest bidder, feeding a narrative that has grown increasingly hard for the public to accept. Ultimately, it's not just about Harry's gestures or his well-timed speeches. His critics believe that if he truly desires reconciliation, it will take more than PR strategies. It will require deep, genuine changes and a willingness to separate his actions from his spouse's ambitions. Some speculate that Harry's recent moves reveal a longing for the stability he once knew. But, as the saying goes, you don't appreciate what you have until it's gone. Observers have noted how his attempts to reach out coincide with moments of distance from Meghan, suggesting that when free from her immediate influence, Harry's authentic desire for familial connection comes through. Yet it's too little, too late. The damage has been done. Trust has been shattered. The royal family, unburdened by this ongoing drama, has found a new rhythm. They have rebuilt, stronger and more united, while Harry and Meghan continue to grapple with their own challenges, navigating the choppy waters of public opinion. In the end, Harry's journey may be a painful lesson in choices and consequences. Once he was a beloved prince, now he's struggling to bridge the chasm his actions have created. The question remains, can he ever truly rebuild what has been lost? The princess has consistently commanded significant respect from the British public, earning the affectionate title of the Queen who will never be. This sentiment has been particularly palpable during public events, most notably during the recent coronation ceremony, where she undertook the critical role of serving as the king's personal aide. From a young age, she has devoted herself to her royal duties, demonstrating an impressive grasp of royal etiquette and protocol. However, beneath her gentle exterior lies a formidable spirit should anyone dare to violate monarchical traditions or tarnish her reputation. She swiftly sheds her composed demeanor. This fierce determination is a trait she undoubtedly inherited from her father, Prince Philip. Recent rumors have shed light on her growing discontent, particularly in relation to her brother's controversial decision to elevate Camilla to the title of Queen, a move that directly contradicts their mother's wishes. Insiders suggest that tensions came to a head during a dinner following the coronation. At this gathering, the princess openly voiced her objections to Camilla's new status. Reports indicate that during the conversation, Camilla referred to her own title, which sparked anger in Anne, the princess, whose mother, Queen Elizabeth, reigned over the country for an impressive 70 years. David Emanuel, the renowned designer of Princess Diana's wedding dress, confirmed these rumors, revealing that Camilla had brazenly invoked Anne's comments in front of the king, stating, "You're not a queen, you're just the king's wife." Other sources corroborate that while the princess is typically known for her calm demeanor, Camilla's disregard for Queen Elizabeth's expressed desire to maintain the title of queen consort has deeply unsettled her. In this context, it is important to understand the term consort, which refers to the spouse of the reigning monarch. Traditionally, wives of kings in the UK and other countries have been addressed simply as queens, a title that has historically gone unquestioned. However, Camilla's situation is unique and fraught with complexity due to her controversial past with Prince Charles. To avoid public discontent, Camilla consciously steered clear of the title Princess of Wales before their marriage. When they wed, Charles promised that her official title would be Princess Consort, a title crafted specifically for her in an effort to appease critics. This entire situation underscores the precariousness of Camilla's position within the monarchy. The unexpected transition of her title to queen without the accompanying consort prefix has become a significant source of discord among royal insiders. Many view this change as an attempt to assert her authority, particularly given that the term consort was quietly removed from the official royal website before the coronation. Sources indicate that the title Queen Consort was seen as cumbersome, with some believing it would be more straightforward to refer to Camilla simply as Queen in the future. Signs suggest that Buckingham Palace is actively working to elevate Camilla's status. For instance, the Duchess of Cornwall's reading room has been renamed the Queen's Reading Room, effectively omitting the word consort from the title. Reports from the Daily Mail indicate that such changes will soon appear in the official registry known as the Court Circular. Critics view Camilla's actions as audacious, as she adopted the title of Queen while disregarding the late Queen's explicit wishes. One insider articulated that this situation is not merely about Anne's loyalty to her mother, it is also rooted in the principles of etiquette that govern royal conduct. Currently, Camilla appears to favor the company of close friends while avoiding regular interactions with Anne. In official coronation portraits, she is notably positioned to the right of the king, a possible indication of her desire to maintain some distance from Camilla. Despite the underlying tensions, Anne continues to exhibit politeness towards Camilla, despite their familial disagreements. Sources have advised Camilla to exercise caution in her interactions, as Anne's straightforward nature may lead her to vocalize criticism should Camilla overstep her boundaries. Angela Levin, who has penned a biography on Camilla, has described their historically tense relationship. Anne has also had a rocky past with Princess Diana, her brother's wife, considering her too unconventional. Despite the initial awkwardness in Camilla's relationship with Anne, friendly ties have emerged, partly due to Camilla's past connections with Anne's former husband, Andrew Parker Bowles. Rumors suggest that Camilla still holds fondness for Andrew, possibly for the sake of the children, which may explain her preference for retreating to her private residence away from the palace. The media frequently features photographs of Anne with Andrew Parker Bowles, an association that Angela Levin notes could imply that both women share similar tastes in men. At this point in their lives, neither woman has a genuine reason for rivalry, and yet Anne remains far from an ally to the new queen. She shows little eagerness to acknowledge Camilla's newly acquired title, maintaining a distance that reflects the complexities of their relationship. If you enjoyed this exploration of the intricate dynamics within the royal family, please like and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. Your opinions are invaluable to us, and we are eager to continue bringing you engaging stories that captivate and inform. Thank you for being with us on this journey through royal life. Hello dear viewers, and welcome to our channel. Please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on the British monarchy. Today we bring you some exciting and intriguing royal news. When will Princess Charlotte be able to wear a tiara, just like her aunt? As of now, the exact time when Princess Charlotte will don a tiara is yet to be determined. Although she is third in line for the throne, she has not had the opportunity to wear one yet. In the royal family, it's common for women like Princess Charlotte to wait until their wedding day before they can wear a tiara. However, there's some speculation that, given her position in direct line to the throne, Charlotte may have the chance to wear one earlier than her wedding. Historically, Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice adhered to this tradition, only wearing tiaras for the first time on their respective wedding days in 2018 and 2020. Yet royal tradition isn't always set in stone. Some believe that Charlotte may follow in the footsteps of her great-great-great-aunt, Princess Margaret, who wore tiaras on special occasions as a young woman. According to royal historian Marlene Koenig, there are no strict rules governing when royal women can wear tiaras. For instance, Princess Anne wore a tiara as a teenager, including for her 21st birthday photo shoot, long before she was married at the age of 23. Princess Anne, who holds the title of the Princess Royal, married Captain Mark Phillips at Westminster Abbey on November 14, 1973. As an active working royal, Anne continues to wear tiaras at certain royal events, and it is believed that Princess Charlotte may be granted similar privileges in the future as she takes on more public responsibilities. Some royal commentators have speculated that Princess Charlotte, who recently celebrated her 9th birthday, could one day inherit the Princess Royal title, currently held by her great-aunt Anne. Traditionally, this prestigious title is given to the eldest daughter of the reigning monarch. However, even when Prince William ascends the throne, Charlotte won't automatically inherit the title, as it is a lifelong honor held by Anne. Only upon Anne's passing or under exceptional circumstances could the title potentially be passed on to Charlotte. Charlotte's role within the royal family has become more defined as she grows older. She has been a prominent figure at royal events, including Trooping the Colour, where she's often seen gracefully keeping her younger brother, Prince Louis, in check during carriage rides and family balcony appearances. Her composed demeanor and respectful adherence to royal protocol have drawn comparisons to her aunt, Princess Anne, known for her commitment to royal duties. Princess Anne, speaking fondly of her own experiences growing up in the royal family, has observed similarities between her own childhood and the dynamic between Charlotte and her siblings. Anne has remarked on the strong bonds of the Wales family, noting that Charlotte is particularly receptive to the lessons of royal life. During Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, Charlotte even gently reminded her older brother, Prince George, to bow at the appropriate moment, an example of her remarkable sense of duty at such a young age. According to insiders, Charlotte is genuinely interested in royal traditions and protocols, often asking insightful questions about the inner workings of the palace and the history behind royal customs. King Charles III and Princess Anne are said to be delighted by her enthusiasm for learning about the royal family's heritage. In other royal news, Princess Catherine Kate Middleton has returned to her royal duties following a recent health challenge. According to royal sources, the Princess of Wales successfully completed a 6-month cancer treatment regimen, and the prognosis was positive. With her health now stable, Catherine is expected to resume her initiatives and responsibilities in the coming months, bringing relief and optimism to the royal family, especially given the recent challenges they've faced. As the royal family rallies around Catherine, Prince Harry has expressed his readiness to support the family during this time. He has emphasized that, despite current tensions, he is 100% committed to being there for the family, particularly regarding his father's health. It's a son's right to know how his father is doing, especially if he's facing something as serious as cancer, Harry reportedly said, underscoring his desire to be informed about King Charles' well-being. The royal family's resilience and commitment to duty are evident in how they continue to navigate personal challenges while upholding their public roles. Princess Charlotte, with her growing prominence in the public eye and keen understanding of her responsibilities, is likely to play an increasingly significant role in the future of the monarchy. Whether it's wearing a tiara for the first time or taking on new titles and duties, Charlotte's journey in the royal family is sure to capture the attention and admiration of royal watchers around the world. Thank you for joining us for this breaking news update. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more exclusive updates and insights into the lives of the British royal family. Stay tuned for more. There are moments in royal history that captivate the world, moments when personal tensions within the British monarchy spill over into the public domain. One such moment has surfaced as a clash between Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and her brother-in-law, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. While royal watchers have grown accustomed to drama involving Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, this particular feud has placed Catherine at the center of attention, revealing a different side of her character. Prince Harry's recent comments regarding Catherine have sparked an intense reaction, leading to a heated exchange that has drawn millions of eyes to the ongoing family rift. But what exactly triggered this dramatic confrontation? Let's delve into the details of this unfolding saga and its broader implications for the royal family. The British monarchy, with its storied history spanning over 1,000 years, is no stranger to scandals, power struggles, and family drama. However, the split between Prince Harry and the rest of the royal family marks one of the most significant rifts in recent memory. Harry and Meghan's decision to step down as senior royals and their subsequent move to the United States created a chasm within the family that has only deepened over time. Recently, Harry's remarks about Catherine struck a nerve. The comments, reportedly made behind closed palace doors, revolved around Harry's assumptions about Catherine's role within the royal family. But what exactly did he say, and why has it caused such an uproar? In the world of royalty, where every word is scrutinized, even the smallest comment can lead to major consequences. Prince Harry reportedly suggested that Catherine's popularity might be overstated, implying that she had an easier time in the public eye compared to Meghan. According to Harry, Catherine's more traditional royal image helped her avoid the harsh media attacks that Meghan endured. His words seemed to suggest that Catherine's experience as a royal was far more comfortable and privileged than Meghan's. However, Catherine wasn't about to let this insinuation pass without a response. Known for her composure and grace under pressure, Catherine is not one to engage in public disputes. Yet Harry's comments cut deep, and for the first time, the Princess of Wales chose to respond. In a private but pointed message, Catherine made her feelings clear. "Don't mistake my silence for weakness," Catherine reportedly told Harry. "While you and Meghan chose to leave, I stayed to serve. You have no idea what that truly means." This response was unexpected for many who had long viewed Catherine as a calm, diplomatic presence within the royal family. Her sharp words revealed a new side of her, a woman fiercely protective of her family, her role in the monarchy, and her personal integrity. Her response also deepened the already existing tensions between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family. The British royal family's history is rife with drama, and the split between Prince Harry and his family is just the latest chapter. However, Catherine, who was once seen as the quiet, supportive royal wife, has now emerged as a central figure in this ongoing feud. As the future queen consort, Catherine's role in the monarchy is critical. She represents stability, tradition, and a steady hand behind the throne. Her popularity with the public and her dedication to her royal duties have made her a target in this family conflict. But is there more to Harry's comments than meets the eye? Some royal watchers have speculated that jealousy might be at play. Does Harry see Catherine as a reminder of the life he left behind? Her rising prominence within the royal family may serve as a painful contrast to his own strained relationship with his royal relatives. To the public, Catherine appears almost perfect, always calm, always smiling. However, this recent clash with Harry has shown a different side of her. Behind the scenes, Catherine is fiercely protective of her family and her role within the monarchy. She is not afraid to defend herself or speak out when necessary, even if it means clashing with her brother-in-law. This new revelation of Catherine's assertiveness has raised questions about the true nature of her personality. Is she the quiet, composed figure the public has long admired, or is there a more complex, passionate side to her that few have seen? Catherine's handling of her clash with Harry provides valuable lessons for anyone facing criticism or conflict. Despite the personal nature of the feud, Catherine maintained her dignity and composure throughout the ordeal. Here are a few takeaways from her response. Don't be afraid to speak up. Catherine's decision to confront Harry shows that even in difficult situations, it's important to defend yourself and your values. Keep calm under pressure. Despite the personal attack, Catherine remained level-headed and composed, allowing her to gain the upper hand in the situation. Stay true to your values. Throughout the feud, Catherine has remained committed to the traditions and responsibilities of the monarchy, earning her respect even in the face of conflict. Pick your battles wisely. Catherine has not engaged in a public media war with Harry and Meghan, choosing instead to address the issue privately. This has helped her avoid unnecessary drama and maintain her reputation. Know when to let go. Not every conflict requires a prolonged response. By addressing Harry's comments and then moving on, Catherine showed that she is focused on the bigger picture rather than getting bogged down in personal grievances. The feud between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family shows no signs of abating. As future king and queen, William and Catherine represent the monarchy's traditional values, while Harry and Meghan have chosen a more modern, independent path. This ideological divide has only widened the rift within the family. For Catherine, her role in the royal family will only grow in importance. As she prepares for her future as queen consort, she will face increased responsibilities and public scrutiny. How she handles these challenges will likely define her legacy and her place in royal history. But can the family rift ever truly be healed? Royal watchers are divided. Some believe that time and distance may eventually lead to reconciliation between Harry, Meghan, and the rest of the family. Others fear that the damage may be too deep to repair. The media has played a significant role in the royal family's internal conflicts. British tabloids, in particular, have been known to sensationalize royal disputes for the sake of selling papers. When Catherine responded to Harry's comments, the media pounced on the story, with some praising her for standing up for herself and others criticizing her for being too harsh. The constant media coverage of the royal family's private matters has only added fuel to the fire. Both Harry and Meghan have spoken out about the damaging effects of media intrusion on their lives, yet the press continues to pit them against their royal relatives, including Catherine. How can public figures like Catherine navigate the relentless scrutiny of the media? And what impact does this level of attention have on their personal relationships? Living in the spotlight means that every action is analyzed and scrutinized. For Catherine, balancing her royal duties with her personal life is an ongoing challenge. The pressure to maintain a flawless image while managing internal family conflicts can be overwhelming. Despite her outward composure, Catherine is still human. The strain of being constantly watched, judged, and compared is immense. But how does she manage to keep her cool under such intense scrutiny? Catherine's response to Harry offers valuable insights into how to handle criticism in our own lives. Here are some practical tips inspired by her approach. Stay calm and collected. Don't let emotions dictate your response. Take a deep breath and think before you react. Respond privately when necessary. Not all conflicts need to be aired publicly. Address issues directly and privately when appropriate. Stand firm in your values. Know what you stand for, and let that guide your actions, even in the face of criticism. Let some things go. Not every comment deserves a response. Sometimes it's best to rise above the fray. Keep the big picture in mind. Criticism can sting in the moment, but maintaining a long-term perspective helps you stay focused on what truly matters. The royal family faces a challenging road ahead. The relationship between Catherine and Harry appears to be strained, possibly beyond repair. Yet the future of the monarchy depends on these key figures finding a way to coexist, if not reconcile. As Catherine prepares for her future as queen consort, her ability to navigate these challenges will be crucial. The same goes for Harry and Meghan, who are building new lives in the United States but remain closely tied to their royal roots. Will the royal family be able to overcome this divide, or are we witnessing the beginning of a permanent split? Only time will tell. At the heart of this royal feud is a universal truth: family relationships are complex and often fraught with tension. Whether royal or not, all families face challenges, disagreements, and misunderstandings. Yet there is always the possibility of healing and forgiveness. As we watch the royal family navigate their struggles, it's worth reflecting on our own family dynamics. Is there a relationship in your life that needs mending? Could forgiveness be the key to moving forward? The royal saga is far from over, and the next chapter could surprise us all. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation.